What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being part of my family. You can share this video if you wish. Please share this video, and then you can stick around to the end of the video to see more bonus content. So today I bring to you guys the 5 mistakes that most beginner graphic designers make when starting out. Yes, 5 mistakes most beginner graphic designers make when starting out. Now, these were actually, like, part of these, I made some of these mistakes when I was starting out my graphic design journey. So, the first thing I would say is do not chase money. That is, do not chase money. When you're starting out graphic design, no, not graphic design, but anything in general, anything that has to do with your personal brand or content, anything you're trying to build up. First things first, do not chase money. Yes, I know money is a good source, money is good, you know, you can use money for capital and blah blah blah, whatever you call it, but do not chase money. Like, when I started out my graphic design ish, I was, you know, initially I was after the money and going out, and then I discovered that my art, I wasn't really good. Like, each time I see some people's art, I'm like, oh, I'm not this good. And then I figured that I needed more time to work on myself before I start thinking about the money, that because money is not everything. So first things first, if you're starting out as a graphic designer, do not chase money. Trust me, you will, it'll be bad in the long run. Like, you would feel it. If anyone should come to you to place an order, or if anyone to meet you to make a, you know, or like a client's work or something, and then you are chasing the money and all that because you want to do the work, you may end up not doing what the person wants because, you know, they would have seen other graphic designers, or you may bring your price low because you need the money at that point in time. So it'll be off the chart. Like, it will just be, you know, useless. Now, the second thing I bring to you guys today is accepting constructive criticism and feedback. Yes, yeah, this one, I did not used to do this because I used to think, oh, my art was, you know, cool and nice and all that. Like, I never asked anyone for opinions in my art because I thought maybe I did not make mistakes because, you know, I started out as a traditional artist initially, and then from there I decided to put my expertise into digital art and graphic design. So I never asked anyone, and then I came across something called Discord. Yeah, Discord. I came across something called Discord. So I figured that there was lots of channels on Discord, servers where you could share your ideas and your art to people. You know, they would give you feedback and criticize your work and see if the work is nice or not. So I didn't used to do all those. Like, I just used to make art and post it on Instagram, and then I would still notice that there's lots of work I see on Instagram, like lots of artwork I see on Instagram that's way better than mine. So you know, I didn't know what or made theirs so special till I started to, you know, ask people about their feedback on my art and my graphic design, and people told me, oh yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do and this is what I'm not supposed to do. So that gave me the right approach towards my improvement in graphic design. Now, the third tip I have for you guys is trying to use expensive gadgets or trying to be expensive and all that. So let me tell you guys something. I never started my graphic design journey with the most expensive gadgets. Imagine I started out I'm ready to talk about my specifications here, but what I started out with was very, very small and cheap and very bad. Like, my laptop used to lag all the time each time I work. I was working with 4 gig RAM. No, before that I was working with 32 MB worth of RAM. Yes, I remember one time when I was working in the year 2015 or so, or 2016. I had this desktop computer in my house which was 32 MB of RAM, and I used it to work. I started out in Paint. But then that was, by the way, before I upgraded to 4 gig worth of RAM, before I upgraded again, and before I upgraded and blah blah blah. 8 gig RAM the rest. So I started out with the cheapest thing I had at the time, and then as time went on, when I became better, when I figured what I needed to do, you know, I decided to upgrade. So the basic thing here is for you to just start with what you have. Do not think because you don't have the best gadget or the best devices that you can't start anything. No, that is wrong. That is very wrong. So yeah, you can start with whatever you have. That is that for that. And the next thing is trying to use the wrong, contacts, like the wrong channels. That's the next tip I have. Using the wrong channels. Using the wrong channels. That is, you do art, you do graphic design, but then you don't use the right channels. You don't use the right people. You don't have the right. Like when I started out, I didn't use the right people. So I always thought, okay, because what I did, I was always using people around me, because yes, obviously you have to use people around you, but I didn't know if they were interested in my content or not. I was just using people around me, and this somehow relates to chasing money. The first tip I gave, or the second tip, I can't remember. So yes, I was always meeting them. I'm like, hey, I do this, without even having a solid portfolio, without having a good piece of work I can display to people. I was always using the wrong channels. I would meet them, and then they would want to bring me party design poster gigs, tell me to work on this, and give me very little amount of income, and I will just do it. That is like the wrong channel for me, because I wasn't into, I was supposed to develop myself at the time, not looking for people who would give me work to do at the time. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying money is bad, money is good. This relates to the first thing. That is using the wrong channel. Also, I was also sharing my links to people who weren't interested in graphic design, and who were like people who are interested in illustrations. So I shared my links to them, and then it came to me that these people I shared these links to, they do not have any impact to where I am. They do not have any impact in my art. They do not, they do not have any impact basically. So I figured I'm supposed to have the right people, the right set of audience, and the right people to channel my work with, and people who I can share ideas with. So I decided to, when I found out about Discord, which I spoke about when I was talking about constructive criticism, I found people who were like me, so I shared my work with them, and everybody started to relate well, and we all did good stuff and all that, and they are good, they are like me, I'm like them, we have this in common, we're supposed to do this, we're supposed to work on this together. So I decided to do all those, and it helps me in the long run. So I think that is all the tip I have for today. And the final tip I have for you guys, which is the fifth tip, is trying to be popular. Man, as long as you are into what you do, maybe you are a programmer, you are a graphic designer, you are an illustrator, you're a concept artist, you're an artist, and you are looking for popularity when you're starting out, that is wrong. That is off the charts. You're a beginner. Face the fact that you're a beginner. Like, there's no magic to get into that place. There's no magic to being like, all these famous artists. There's no magic to being like these good graphic designers that are very popular. So all you just have to do is build a solid portfolio from scratch. Do not chase fame. Do not chase popularity at the start. Do not look for fame when you're starting out. Make sure to build your own portfolio from scratch, from the bottom till you get to the top. That was how I started. Because when I was doing my graphic design, at first, like I posted my works on just Instagram, and yes, Instagram, just Instagram, looking for fame. Because I needed to be. So all these tips are kind of related together. Because I was looking for fame at the same time, looking for fame in order to give me. Because when you get fame, you get money from there. So since you're a content creator, so I was looking for fame with hope I would get money, with hope I would get people that would place orders from me, would need me to work for them. So looking for fame was wrong because I wasn't getting anywhere. So I had to go back to start. I had to go back. I had to, I had to take a break from the fame thing. I had to sit down, work on myself, work on my art, work on my skills and, personal life and other things and all that. So, it really got me to build myself from scratch, and then I started working and working. Like, if you've been with me in my journey, if you know me well, you would know how I started. When you see my old works, you can't compare them to my new works. Like in graphic design and in illustrations, because I do both graphic design and illustrations. So yes, that is how I started. These are like 5 tips I have for you guys, beginners who are into or who want to go into graphic design, or 5 tips that beginners make in graphic design. And I have a tip for I have a final tip for every beginner graphic designers or every beginner illustrators. Once you are good, once you feel you are good, that is, if you follow these 5 tips I have given in this video, once you feel you are good with your art and your content, the next thing to do is to channel yourself to different places. Like, there is Behance, there's Dribble, there's Instagram, which is a very big platform, there's ArtStation. So these are like places where you can channel your art and your expertise and everything. You can just share it to the world. That's like the final tip, because you still need to, that's where the fame will come from. You don't just put all your eggs in one basket, that is putting all your work on Instagram and expect to go far or be popular. No, you won't get anywhere. You won't get anything. So yes, the tip is just for, once you are done acquiring your knowledge, once you are done building your solid portfolio, once you are done having good background, once you are done, meeting people to interact with, and then sharing your feedback and then giving you feedback and all these things I gave, the final tip is to just put yourself out there, and it will come. Because once you have your work and everything, and sometimes, like, one thing I did was this: I stopped meeting people. I stopped asking people to give me work, to give me job offers. I stopped all those things, because some people find that annoying. Like, you will just text someone like, hey, I need you to help me tell people that I do graphic designs. Yes, I know you do graphic designs. I know you do, but what is proof? What is the proof that you do these things? And then sometimes, because I share broadcasts a lot, on WhatsApp, on some instant messaging like Telegram or WhatsApp, I share broadcasts a lot. But then one thing that I stopped doing was telling people that I do graphic designs. Instead, I did this. WhatsApp has this feature called WhatsApp status and all that. So what I do is this: each time I make new art or each time I do graphic design content, I put them on there, on my WhatsApp status there. I put them there. I don't tell anybody I do these things. Like, I won't tell you, hey fam, I do this. No, I won't tell you I do this. So I'll just put them there, and then because you are part of people in my contact list. You would obviously know that I do this. Once you see that today, you see it tomorrow, and you see next week, and you see next month, I keep posting content, posting artworks on there. A time will come to your head and be like, I know a guy that does graphic designs or illustrations, and I need something. Like, I know somebody. And then you remember that there's this guy who's always posting on there, on your WhatsApp status. Because every day you get new contacts, you go out, you meet people, and then you save their contacts in your phone, and then your contacts get refreshed on WhatsApp, and then you see these guys, and then you guys can view each other's status updates. So that is just it. That is what I did, and that is what helped me. I have like some people who I work for now, but I have like some personal project which I'm working on, but that's by the way. But that's what helped me, because I had built everything from scratch, and I stopped asking people again. I just kept on putting them there, and it got me to where I am now. So that's like one bonus tip for you guys if you want to get clients to do your work and everything. But if you follow these 5 tips I have given, 5 beginner mistakes, mistakes that beginner graphic designers make, if you can follow the way I explain them and how to tackle them, you can become very good. You can become very good, and then just know that the next thing that will come, the fame will come automatically once you are good. So that's all, guys. That is all. The 5 beginner mistakes that graphic designers make. That's all. If you like my video, if you like my content, if you like all, and if you gain something from today's video, please consider subscribing, because I know I'm a very boring person. I am a very boring person. If you check my YouTube, you will see some boring videos. Like my previous video was actually very boring, because I did it when I was about to sleep. I did that video when I was sleepy. Like I just did it, and then I made something quick, decided to put on YouTube to get me more views. Nah, that's by the way. But please consider subscribing and make sure you turn on the notification icon, and then you can watch this video here. And that's all, guys. Thanks. Peace. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is bad. It's a bad one.